Hey guys, so I'm coming to you with my January favorites. This month, first off, 2018 January is already over. But you know what? I am actually happy for that. We usually don't want time to speed up, but I have some big plans for 2018, some big goals. Not necessarily YouTube related, but just things that I'm checking off my list. And I have been blessed so far, and I just can't wait for other things to fall into place. Needless to say, with that being said, I had a lot of things going on in January, but not a lot of new makeup. If you notice, I haven't hauled a new makeup in a while. And that was due to a few things. Nelson and I, you know, shopping for a house and things, and like money was not necessarily tight, but it had to go to other things. Makeup is, I have a full-time job, I have a part-time job as well now. Makeup is not number one. It's my hobby and I love it, but I have to live. I don't live off of YouTube. So we gotta put stuff other places. That was number one. Number two, with school has started again, so I haven't had time. I haven't been to Sephora in so long. But don't worry, I still have carts full and things like that. I have a couple new items that I haven't shown you guys. But just in general, if you notice like what's going on, it's just I ain't been having time to. So there's like not really any new things that I've been enjoying. I did find the Maybelline foundation. I did do a first impressions that'll be up soon. Well, there's a tutorial and things like that. I have some things, but like huge hauls. I just can't wait. I can't wait. I have some carts are full. So, oh, I probably shouldn't drink my beer on camera. Anyway, so here we go. For January, I wanted to do something that I do when I don't have any new favorites for the month, is visit an old video, visit an old January favorites or old whatever month I'm in favorites, and tell you guys what my favorites were back then and see if I still like them now. And just talk about how I feel about them. This one was really interesting. This is like the most interesting one of these I've done so far. So I went all the way back to 2015 on my channel. And I did January favorites. And this is so funny because I went all the way back and my favorites, I don't know, they just really relate. They really like come back full circle, which is pretty cool. Alright, so the first thing, I have a couple things I don't own anymore. Well, I don't have any of to show you. The first one was an Olay moisturizer and primer. I don't have it anymore. I don't think I repurchased it. It was like a 2-in-1 primer, moisturizer. I'm sure it worked fine, but I moved on to other things. And the other one was the Salon Perfect number 614 lashes. They were like the they're like the Demi Wispies, but longer and wispier. Oh my god, I was in love with those lashes. And I don't have any. Like, I've doubled and triple checked my collection. I don't have any now. I must have just like used up all the pairs I had, and they're really hard to find. They're like $3 at Walmart, but they're number 614. Excuse my appearance. My edges was late this morning. And my eyebrows were, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Yeah, so those are two I don't have on me. Everything else I still have and I can talk about. Before we get into the beauty products though, my January okay, so the first thing in my January favorites was my lip stud. This was the first time, the January 2015 was when I pierced my Ashley, the first time. When Lorinda was in the video, and she was actually in the January favorites video, when I pierced it the first time, and I did like a week update, and my favorite was my studs that I wear now. I don't wear like the LOreal with the ball on it. I wear flat studs like that. I get them from different places, so you can kind of see one. Well, they're not flat studs, but they're internally threaded. But anyway, I was so in love. I remember searching for the right type of jewelry that I wanted to put. Like, I have a whole bag of them. Like, the right type of stud that I wanted to put in my lip. And, yeah, so that's pretty cool. And since that video, I took out my Ashley once, pierced it again. Well, I took it out that one time because it was too low. And I pierced it higher. And then I took it out again due to my job. And now it's back again. So, will it go? Will it stay? I don't know. So that was pretty cool. Then the next thing I have to talk about, the next thing around this time was when well, this favorites video was the debut of like a recurring favorite. If you're a true subscriber of mine, you've been with me for a long time, this product has been in more favorites than anything else. And that was the first time it debuted, which I thought was amazing. It's the Black Radiance True Complexion Soft Focus Finishing Powder. And because Lorinda was like in the background. Lorinda's my friend, and she was in the background of my videos at my old house, and she was like, really, Black Radiance has a powder? I was like, yes, girl. Like, this was the first time I was like, you know, I had to just get it. It was in those favorites, and I was like, yes, girl. It's like $6, amazing pan, like big pan, and I was just so excited about it. And I will say this, 3 years now, this has been my go-to finishing powder. I like a lot of finishing powders. I've fallen in love with different ones, but this is the go-to. This is the holy grail. This is, I know it's going to work over any foundation, any situation. Soft focus. It's beautiful. That's Milk Chocolate Finish is my shade. And then we have Golden Almond Finish, which is my under eye setting shade. So I thought that was really interesting. So that was the first video where I debuted that. It was a lot of face products in that video. I really wore light makeup today, as you can see. But I used a couple of the products that I had. So, wait a minute. Alright. So, another powder that I enjoyed was the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder back then. I'm actually wearing this today. It's just dusted. It's not a full coverage powder foundation. I don't even know if it's advertised as a powder foundation. No, it just says Infallible Pro Matte 16-hour powder. This is the shade 800 Cocoa. And it has some decent coverage to it. It's not a full coverage powder. It is really soft and it is really matte. My face was actually shine free all day. I wore this over top of a concealer. I didn't wear any foundation today. And I put my makeup on at 5 a.m. and it's 8 p.m. So yeah. But no, really, I haven't worn it in a while. Researching my favorites this week made me wear it again. It's a really decent powder. It's not something I'm going to wear on its own because I have some powders that are just a little bit more coverage where I can just throw in a concealer and the powder and it looks like I have on like full coverage foundation or whatever. This is not one of those, but this would be great to add another matte element to your face. But yeah, it helped me stay matte. It's just not a lot of coverage there. So yeah, I loved that back then. Alright, and another face product, this was my holy grail foundation. This is my holy grail foundation for a long time. I still enjoy it. I haven't worn it in a very long time. But upon playing with it, like, I know I would still like it. It's just I'm actually a little bit more educated in my color. My color match, and this one's really yellow. Anyway, it's the Maybelline Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. They don't even make it anymore. It's discontinued, but I loved it, and I bought a bunch of backups at Big Lots. I found a bunch of them. And let me shake it up. And what this is a very juicy, you hear it, very liquidy foundation that, because it had this weird thing that you thought was a dropper, but it wasn't. Really liquidy foundation that dries, to like a powder matte finish. I said yellow, it's really orange. But it gave me bomb coverage, like, I don't know, really natural, beautiful coverage. It's orange, but a lot of Maybelline foundations are orange. And so like, oh, look how smooth and pretty. Yeah, I'm going to revisit. I haven't worn it in a long time. But this, again, this was my holy grail foundation for months and months and months and months. It's now that I, again, have tried many other things. I will put it at a medium coverage. High medium coverage. It's matte and it's dry enough on its own. Not too drying, but this is not something I would want to top with like that Pro Matte powder. This is something I would top with like a soft focus finishing powder or something that may add even a little bit of glow back to your skin. But yeah, I'm definitely going to revisit this one again after playing with it. But yeah, this is my last bottle of it. I had backups after backups. I threw away, you know, the old ones as they get old. And this is my last bottle of it. I'm sure I could find it on eBay or something, but I don't need to own it. you know. Alright, then I have two concealers. The first one was this Maybelline, I was really into Maybelline. Maybelline Master Conceal, the camouflaging concealer, and this is the shade 50 Medium Deep. This is a really good concealer. Only problem is this is the deepest shade. Now that they've expanded the Fit Me line, I don't know if they're going to expand this one. I don't even know if this line is still in. But anyways, it's in a tube. I should probably shake it up. It's in a tube. I'm making a mess. And it was a really great, it's a really great like under eye shade for me. You guys know I like my under eye dramatic. But this is the deepest shade, so. But it is a full coverage concealing situation. It is. It's definitely a full coverage concealing situation. Thick and emollient. I really like my concealers like that creamy side of things. I don't like them too thin. I like my concealers more on the thicker side. And this one does that. It's just the shade range sucks. It wasn't drying at all. But it's also not the most moisturizing concealer, but it's alright. It's alright. The next one that I liked another concealer in January of 2015, and this one I fell back in love with. And these are the NYX Photogenic HD Concealer, or HD Photogenic Concealers. Since that video, I had one. I had CW08. I had this one. And this one was a darker shade. It looks even lighter on my camera, washed out. It's not that light. Hold on. And this one's just about dried out for me. Used it all up. But I got some on my hand. Yeah, it's not that light. But that was the darkest shade. Since then, they have added plenty of shades. So I'll show you some more shades of this. And this is like $5 or $6 at Ulta. It's reminiscent of the NARS Radiant Creamy. 100%. So they have some deeper shades, some warmer browns. It is reminiscent of the NARS Radiant Creamy. It's a little bit thicker in consistency and a little bit drier. But the coverage is there, the longevity is there, the HD, it photographs well, all that is there. The consistency is just a little bit different. But yes, I fell back in love with these, considering like I wasn't trying to replace my $29 concealers yet. I'm running out of my NARS Radiant Creamies. I almost finished, like I have a corner. Look, of my soft matte. Like I am, and I can order another one. I actually have a pro discount with NARS, but I just haven't ordered it yet. So I'm not trying to, like, I'm waiting. Like I'm waiting as last minute as possible. So I've been revisiting some other concealers to try to preserve those for as long as possible. And I fell back in love with the NYX ones. And researching that video, I was like, oh yeah, I love these. So that was pretty cool. Then let's go to eyes. So the first thing I had, well, no particular order. I had depotted my Milani. Wait, I have one that's not depotted. Let me show you. So Milani had came out with, probably, if that was 2015, maybe 2014, they came out with these singles, which I fell in love with. The Bella Eyes Gel Powder eyeshadows. This is in the shade Dulce. Oh my god, these are wonderful eyeshadows. Wonderful. Like pigmented. Just, I loved them. I really did. And the favorite though wasn't necessarily the eyeshadows, it was the palette I made. So fast forward like 6 months and I depotted. I had got all 30 colors. This is like a limited edition one. I got all 30 colors and I depotted them into my Shea Moisture empty palette that I got from Target. And this is what it looks like. I taped the names to the top. I still have this palette. I still love it. They're not like gel or cream. They don't dry out. They're a powder eyeshadow. Oh my god, the pigmentation on them is wonderful. Anyway, I was talking about the palette and I depotted them and it's great and it's wonderful. However, this is the only product that I have depotter's remorse for. This was before the whole white and gold room. This was before all of that stuff, and I didn't realize how pretty this gold. This was before the Muji drawers, and I realized how pretty these gold singles are. Just like, and appreciate them in their just individualness, you know? So I love the shadows, and so I actually, since then, I have started collecting them again. I know y'all like Candice. I have a few. I don't have all. I started collecting the colors again, and this is from Amazon, eBay. I'm trying to get them cheap. I started collecting them so I can have all 30 colors again, so they can be stored in my Muji drawers, like the gold on display. My mom's already claimed the palette. I'm not throwing this away. My mom has already claimed the palette because she loves these shadows as well. So I give it to my mom, and I'll repurchase the singles. Only thing I've had deep powder's remorse for. I know, judge me, but yeah, it's been like what, 2 years? Like, I'm not like I didn't just go out and just buy them all. Just when I catch them on sale or Milani's on sale or whatever, I'll pick up a few. But yeah, I had the powder's remorse for that because the packaging was so pretty. It was before I appreciated the gold packaging of things with this room and everything. Hey, you know. Hey. Alright. Where were we? Also with eyes, some single shadows. I had just discovered these LA Colors. These LA Colors singles. They were at like my local dollar store. I've since then purchased all the colors. They're all matte, by the way. This is in the shade, I have the black one in the shade Ebony. Really pigmented. And then you can also find them in the dollar store. Whew. Yeah, Ebony. These were the two shades that I originally had when I did the January favorites. And it was before I purchased all of them. Matte, easy to blend. I mean, they're really pigmented. So Ebony was the first one, and then Brownie was the second one, which is a bomb, like, crease, natural crease shade. Look, pretty, really pretty. So yeah, I fell in love with these two shadows, and I still love these two shadows. For $1, yeah, LA Colors can come out with some more. They should. They should come out with some more. They came out with some, I think that's LA Colors, not LA Girl, with some duos. Because I know Emily OL 83 did a review on them with some duos. And I would really like to get my hands on those. So, yeah. Alright, two more eye things. The first one is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. Liquid eyeliner. I fell in love with this. It's apparently it's not the waterproof version, but it stayed on. It didn't go anywhere. I'm be honest, I haven't worn this in a long time. Although I do like the Wet n Wild, the new one like this. It's waterproof. It's a waterproof eyeliner. I'm trying to think of, what is it called? Do I have one? I might have. No, that's Elf. Here it is. I do have one. H2O proof. I really enjoy this one. I really enjoy the brush on this one. I just haven't worn this one in a while. It's a plain black liner. I'm sure it's still fine. But I have really been enjoying. I do wear the H2O proof. This one from Wet n Wild from time to time. So if I had to tell you to buy one, if you recommend, I'd probably recommend, definitely recommend the H2O proof than that one now. So my opinions have changed on some things. The last makeup product was the Maybelline Lash, I had a lot of favorites in this video. Was the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Mascara. This is not the tube that, it's the pink tube. This one came out way later, but I don't have the pink tube. And yes, Lash Sensational is still one of my favorite mascaras. This is what the brush looks like. It's still one of my favorite mascaras. It lengthens, it adds the volume. It's a really, really good mascara. I don't wear waterproof mascaras very much. I don't have the waterproof version of this one. I stopped wearing waterproof mascaras a while ago. But the waterproof one I'm sure will be just as good. And this one doesn't, it's not waterproof, but it doesn't bleed or flake or smudge or anything like that. I still enjoyed this one, and I wear this one. This is in my regular rotation of mascaras. Lash Sensational is in my regular rotation, definitely. This is the last backup that I bought, that I opened. Do I have a backup? No. So yeah, it's the last one. I have a Colossal Big Shot that I haven't opened. I've had that for a while, but I have too many mascaras open right now, so. But definitely Lash Sensational. Still good 3 years later. Alright, and then finally I have a brush that I liked, and this is the e.l.f. blush brush. And in the video I explained that I did not use it for blush. I used it to set my under eye area, and I will tell you 3 years later, this is my #1 under eye setting brush. I still use it to this day. I use this one and the e.l.f. small tapered brush. These two I use to set, oh, this was dirty. I use to set my under eye with my banana powder, any under eye setting powder. I use these two brushes. It doesn't matter, but yes, still to this day, that's what I use it for. Perfect for it, perfect shape. This one's a little bit bigger than this tapered, the small tapered. The small tapered, I'll use this one like if I did my eyes first, and I usually do my eyes first, but if I really need to be precise, or I have like some smudged eyeshadow, you know, that type of look, and I'm extra careful, this one is usually packing it on, like if I'm baking and I didn't want a sponge, I don't have a sponge. But yeah, they're rotated back and forth every time I set my under eye. So yeah, some things stayed the same. I thought that was pretty cool. I just wanted to share with you guys some growth. And I do this from time to time if I don't have any monthly favorites. But yeah, that's it. Pretty cool, huh? If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in the video, feel free to leave it down below. I love you all, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.